Each time we meet, we like to extend the invitation to anyone who may not have obeyed yet. Tonight I was going to read a little article called One Solitary Life. He was born in an obscure village, the child of a peasant woman. He grew up in still another village where he worked in a carpenter shop until he was 30. Then for 3 years he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book. He never held an office. He never had a family or owned a house. He didn't go to college. He never visited a big city. He never traveled 200 miles from the place where he was born. He did none of the things one usually associates with greatness. He had no credentials but himself. He was only 33 when the tide of public opinion turned against him. His friends ran away. He was turned over to his enemies and went through the mockery of a trial. He was nailed to a cross between two thieves. While he was dying, his executioners divided up his clothing, the only property he had on earth. When he was dead, he was laid in a borrowed grave through the pity of a friend. 20 centuries have come and gone, and today he is the central figure of the human race and the leader of mankind's progress. All the armies that ever marched, all the navies that ever sailed, all the parliaments that ever sat, all the kings that ever reigned, put together, have not affected the life of man on this earth as much as that one solitary life. You know, if we were in a body of water struggling to stay afloat and were exhausted and were about to drown, and somebody came along and threw in a life preserver, would we say, "Oh, thank you so much," but then never grab a hold of it? And Jesus came to this earth. He lived a perfect life. He died for our sins on the cross. He extended us grace, but yet we have a part to do too. If we don't obey, then that grace does us no good, and him dying on the cross is of no value to us. So if you're here tonight and you have not obeyed, you need to do that while you still have a time and an opportunity. Also, if you're here tonight and have fallen away and need the prayers of the brethren, need any kind of a public confession, you have that opportunity as well as we stand and sing.